Welcome back to Doctor Who Makeup. Today's look is inspired by something similar to what Rose Tyler wore throughout this episode, The Aliens of London. This is a two-parter episode, but you will see the next tutorial next week. This episode, Rose wore a heavily lined eye, but I chose to brighten it up by adding some color and playing with false lashes. Let's get started. I'm going to begin by using the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base, the Essence Stale Day Concealer in Soft Beige, and mixing both of those colors in with a Spa Resource foundation brush. I chose today to show you guys a little bit more of the process of what I'm doing, so I sped up everything, well, almost everything, and I just show you what I do, because I normally cut it all out, but I thought, why not show people how I do my makeup instead of cutting it all out? So that is what I did. As you can see, I'm just blending everything into my face, in and around my nose, just making sure that I have a nice even coverage, and then I'm going to be using the next product to just cover up extra red spots. To cover up those red spots, I'm going to be taking the Essence Coverstick in True Nude with the Real Techniques Essential Foundation Brush. As per usual, I'm just going to be applying this to the spots on my face where I need a little bit extra coverage, including those pesky zits and just in and around my jawline where I find that I get really red throughout the day. And I'm just brushing this in nicely. I'm not going to rub this brush too hard on my skin, otherwise it will take away all the concealer and this cover stick. So I'm just gently applying pressure to the makeup just to blend it in and cover everything. Now I'm going to be taking the Essence Mattifying Translucent Powder with the Forever 21 big fluffy brush that I always use in my videos and just applying a really thin coat to my face, especially applying it in and around the eye areas. This helps your eye makeup stay longer, so if you apply a little bit extra powder there, you won't have smudges, which is what my eyes tend to do. Next, I'm going to be taking the Essence Ticket to Paradise Shimmer Powder in Tropical Heat with the Real Techniques Stippling brush and just applying this to the main parts of my face that I like highlighted. Right beside my cheekbones, underneath my eyes, kind of on the top of my cheekbones, and to my forehead, as well as my Cupid's bow. Now I'm going to be taking the Essence Ticket to Paradise Creme Eyeshadow in Die With Me to the Eyelid. I'm just going to be applying this all over my lid with my fingers. I found that any of the cream brushes that I tend to use with all of my cream eyeshadows, they just didn't work with this one because it's really glittery and super pigmented. Or, sorry, the glitter is super pigmented. The actual color comes off just like a light gray, kind of a little bit tinged blue. And if you look at it in certain light, it's a little bit green. So you will see later that I'm bringing in a different color just to make the eye pop. I'm going to be blending this out with a different color, which is the Eyelid shade from the Wet n Wild Bloom Yet Hello palette. And as you can see, it's just a bright blue, and I'm going to be applying this to the outer three corners as well as the crease. I'm not going to be using a darker shadow to highlight this with, so you really want to pack that color on there. I'm going to be applying this with the Quo All Over Shadow Brush. To finish off the eyeshadow look, I'm just going to be applying a little bit more of that Essence Cream eyeshadow just to make it blend nicely. To line the eyes, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Eyestudio Gel Eyeliner in Blackest Black with the Forever 21 Angled Brush. I like this combo. The eyeliner stays on for a long time and it doesn't tend to crease on me unless I blink as soon as I applied it, because then it's still wet, kind of tacky, and it will go into my crease. So sometimes I apply a powder over top, but for this look, I figure, why not? I'm not going to do it because I'm kind of going for that messy look. I'm also going to be applying this to my tight line. As well as the bottom lash line. I'm not going to give you a close-up look because as I was looking back at the footage, you could see the inside of my eye, which is kind of gross, so you're just going to have to deal with the outer shot. Next I'm going to be curling my eyelashes with this eyelash curler that I've had forever. It's not a super expensive one. I think I paid less than $1 for it, but it does the job. Now I'm going to be applying false lashes. I'm going to be using the Ardell Lash Lights in 331 with the Duo Lash Glue in the dark shade and a pair of tweezers that I've also had forever that I paid like less than $1 for. I'm going to be applying a little bit of the glue, letting it get tacky, and then just applying it to my eye. I'm going to be applying the lash to the middle of my eye and then using the tweezers to take the outer corner and the inner corner and just apply that to the place that I like best, which is right along my lash line. As you can see, I made a little whoops there. Now mascara. I'm going to be taking the Maybelline The Rocket, the waterproof formulation in Very Black. I'm going to be applying the mascara a little bit on my top lashes just to make sure my real lashes blend in with the false lashes, as well as applying it to my bottom lashes. Now this is an optional step. I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows with the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette in Faint and Naked 2. I use Faint, the darker brown shade, to fill in the larger part of my eyebrows, and then Naked 2 to fill in kind of the thinner parts of my eyebrows, just because I like the gradient effect and I don't like my eyebrows to be super dark. With this, I'm just going to be taking one of my random gel eyeliner brushes that I can't even remember where I got it from, and I'm just going to be using that to apply my lashes. It's like a bendy little brush, so it works perfectly, and it gets in with all those little hairs on your eyebrows. To finish the look, I'm going to be taking the NYX lipstick in Talia and just applying this to my lip. It's a nude shadow, which is great because Rose doesn't really have a bright lip, and it's not super shiny either, so this is the perfect combination to finish off this look. And that is it, the finished look. Thank you very much for watching.
What? That's how you were breathing. Too funny, okay.